competency, as well as we had started with the type of core competency. So basically, the core competencies are divided into three major parts, and these three major competencies are technical, functional, and adaptive. So technical competencies. So what competencies are that we had discussed? We had also discussed what is the meaning of core competency. So here in discussing types of core competencies, we will be focusing only on core competencies and we will not be considering the general competencies required for an employee to complete a job. So technical competencies, it encompasses specialized technical knowledge specific to a particular industry or profession. Technical knowledge. When we talk about technical knowledge, it means specific, particular knowledge which is related to technical skills a person is having, and that has become his core competence. For example, programmer is there. So knowledge of coding, knowledge of programming, how good the programmer is to be decided by his knowledge about programming. So that is considered as technical skill for that particular job. So a person who doesn't have good knowledge on programming or languages or coding, that person cannot be a good programmer. So for programmer or for a successful programmer, a person has to have these qualities. Or a machine operator. So machine operator should have that knowledge of how to operate a particular machine in a most effective manner, most productive manner. So that will be the technical skill of machine operator. So any skill which is technical in nature and which separates the person from other employees of the organization is considered as technical skill. Next one is the functional skill, which comprises of knowledge needed for specific functional areas or roles. For example, the functional role of a HR manager. HR manager can only be successful if he is aware of what are the functions of human resource management, what is recruiting, what is training, what is compensation, how payroll is to be managed, what is performance appraisal, what is grievance handling, what is legal compliance. So all these things HR manager should be aware of. Then only we can say that he can be successful in his job, and that is called as functional competency. So functional competencies means what are the various functions of that particular job, that particular position a person might shall be aware of. Next one is the adaptive competency, broader qualities that enable individual and organization to navigate change, learn, and adapt. The meaning of adaptive is how flexible a person is related to adopting new skills, related to adopting change, related to learning, say, new processes. So that is called as adaptive competency. It is not that each and every person is having that adaptive competency. The higher you go in the hierarchy in an organization, the lower this adaptive competencies become. Because when a person moves up in the hierarchy, for example, a person joined the organization as an executive, then he moved to assistant manager, then deputy manager, then senior manager. So as and when the person is moving upward because of his promotion, because of his performance, this adaptive competencies become lower. And the reason is the person starts believing that I have been working in this particular position or in this particular organization for so long period, maybe 10 years, maybe more than that. I have been promoted from executive to senior manager because of my performance only. I have experience, I have performed well. So I know everything well related to the functions, related to my job or related to my department, related to my position. So when this type of thinking starts coming in, then the person is then the person becomes rigid for accepting change because the person feels I know everything in my department. I know everything related to the departmental function. So nobody should tell me that if you change the process, that will be more beneficial. That's why it is said that the higher you move in the organization, it becomes difficult for you to inculcate this adaptive competency or develop these adaptive competencies. The lower you are in the position, it is easier for you to develop this adaptive competence. And the people who develop this adaptive competencies, they become more successful because you cannot be rigid that I know everything. For the last 20 years, I have been in this particular field. So nobody should come and tell me that if you change your, say, procedure, your process, your strategy, that will be beneficial for you as well as that will be beneficial for your department and your organization too. So the more you are experienced, it becomes difficult for you to develop these adaptive skills. And that is why it is said that once you have learned something, then first you have to unlearn that and then you can learn the new thing. Once you are trained for a particular process, and if you want to get training for new processes, then first thing you need to do is that whatever you have learned out of that earlier training, you have to unlearn everything. You have to make yourself ready for new learning. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose a pot is there and that pot is full of water, and if you are pouring water in that particular pot, what will happen? All that water will spill out. Why? Because the pot is already filled. same is the case happens with us. Person is having 20 years of experience. He has performed well. He has been trained well for the last 20 years. Many trainings he has received. Now, if the company wants him to retrain himself, what he has to do, his pot is already full. Whatever training will be given to him, that will not go inside him. Why? Because his pot is already full. So he has to empty his pot. Whatever he has learned so far, that he has to empty that. He has to make sure that his pot is empty, and then he will be able to learn new things. So adaptive is considered as very important competency. And for developing this competency, first you have to unlearn what you have learned so far. Then only you will be able to adapt new technology. Otherwise, what will happen? You have learned a particular technology, a particular process, a particular way of completing a task. Even if you are being given say mandatory training, compulsory training by the organization. No, every employee has to undergo this type of training, whether you are at a higher position, middle position, or lower position. Everyone has to undergo this new type of leadership training. What will happen? The person will try to execute the new training the way he was executing earlier. Why? Because he has not unlearned whatever he has learned earlier. So new concepts also he will be implementing in a older way. Why? Because he has still he is carrying that knowledge with him. So first the person has to unlearn, and then the person can go for developing this adaptive. We are talking about senior people for this. For the junior people, it becomes easier because of less experience. They do not have that much of experience. Their pot is already half filled or it is empty. So it becomes easier for him or her at a junior level to inculcate or to develop these types of core competencies, which are called as adaptive. And for successful or for staying in the competition, the organization, the employee have to develop these core competencies which are related to adaptive. So these are the three major type of core competencies: technical, functional, and adaptive. If you have any query, please go ahead, or we will move on to the next topic, which is distinctive competence. Yes, if anybody is having any query, please go ahead. I hope my voice is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next topic is distinctive competence. So earlier we had discussed core competencies. Core competencies, there we had discussed that a competency which is considered as most important skill required to complete a job. We had discussed the examples also, that if a accountant is to be hired, the core competencies for accountant shall be that he should have thorough knowledge of say accounting and financial management. He should have a thorough knowledge of new say modern technology, modern softwares, particularly related to Tally or other important softwares related to the field of accounting and financial management. HR person should have a thorough knowledge of how to manage people. He should have good knowledge or of recruitment, training, legal compliance of all these things. Marketing, again, core competencies, communication skills, negotiation skills, convincing skills, motivating or encouraging skills. These are the skills which are considered as core competencies related to a job. So that we had discussed. Then we had discussed the different type of competencies also. Now we will be talking another topic or another term which is called as distinctive. Now, distinctive, the meaning itself says distinctive means different, which makes you different from another. That is distinctive characteristic, your distinctive characteristic. So, distinctive competency refers to a characteristic, strength, or quality that a business has which sets them apart from its competitors. A distinctive competency could be anything, a unique feature, a specific skill set, design, technology, distinctive branding, marketing staff, or customer base. So this makes this is what a distinctive competency is. In today's competition, any organization which wants to survive in the competition or lead in the competition, they have to have this distinctive competition. Otherwise, what will happen? One company is manufacturing. For example, company A is manufacturing mobile phone. Company B is also manufacturing mobile phone. C is also manufacturing mobile phone. D is also manufacturing mobile phone. Similarly, other companies are also manufacturing mobile phones. So there is a competition between these 10 companies, 15 companies, or maybe more than that. Everyone is manufacturing the same product. One company is coming up with 10 features, the other company is offering 15 features, the other company is offering, say, 9 features or 12 features. So more or less, everyone is into same sector, manufacturing mobile. The company which will show the difference, which will make sure that we are different from the other mobile manufacturing company, that company is going to lead the mobile sector. That we have seen, that we are experiencing, that how one company is outperforming the other company through its distinctive features, distinctive characteristics, and that is called as distinctive competence. And that's the reason why the distinctive competencies are. Now, for example, if we take example, a very common example which everyone is aware of, why Apple is so successful, because of this distinctive competence. They are different from the other companies. Whenever we, everyone, I hope that everyone might be aware of what happens at the launch of new model or new version of iPhone. Everyone is aware of. We see on say YouTube, on Insta, on various other platforms. We see videos whenever a new version of iPhone is launched, people start queuing up for becoming the first person to purchase that particular new iPhone. And people are there in front of the Apple store because launch takes place through the Apple stores only. People queue, stand in queue, and that queue doesn't is not there for say 1 hour or 2 hours. People start queuing up a day ahead of the launch, or maybe 2 days ahead of the launch in front of that store. And some people, they cash on this opportunities also, that a day before the launch of the new version of iPhone, they stand in the line and they start selling their space in the line also, their number in the line also, that anyone who is interested or who wants to purchase the Apple phone at the earliest, he can give an offer to that particular person who is there, who is just standing there to cash on that particular opportunity, that if you pay me this many rupees, I will give you my number in the line. That thing is also happening. And we will not see the this type of rush, this type of queue, this type of line in front of any other company's new launch store. Only Apple we are seeing. Why? Because they are different. Other companies are also manufacturing phones. It is not that their phones are not having features. It is not that their phones are not good, but the customers have developed a feeling that whenever Apple is coming up with a new phone, that phone is going to be different from another. No other company can match that. So that has made the company a distinctive company, a different company. Their unique features, their unique practices has made them stand out of the competition, stand at number one position uh, uh, in the competition. And that is called as distinctive features, distinctive characteristics, which make the company outperform the competition. Another very common example we all are using is the e-commerce. E-commerce, when Amazon entered the Indian e-commerce market in the early 2000, at that particular time, other companies were also there, or other companies has also joined in. But because of the distinctive practices of Amazon, now Amazon has become the leader in e-commerce in India because of distinctive practice. Now, what were the distinctive practices which made Amazon number one in India? Number one, that they made sure that you get the delivery as fast as possible. They made sure that if you reject, if you cancel your order, even if you have paid at that particular time, rule was passed by the Reserve Bank of India that e-commerce companies shall refund the amount within a period of 7 days. Amazon became the first company to make sure that the refunded amount gets credited to the account of the customer within a period of 1 to 2 days. And now we are seeing that as soon as we click on return, immediately within some minutes, within hours, we get the refund account in our account. Then other companies also started following up. But because of these distinct practices, then they made it very comfortable, online shopping very comfortable. Earlier, what used to happen, these many filters were not there. Now we see that many filters are there. For example, if I want to purchase a shirt, there are many filters that which type of shirt, which category. Category means that whether I need a casual shirt or a designer shirt or a formal shirt. Then there are number of brands, filters related to brand. I can select on the brand also. Then there are filters related to the cost also. So that has made the shopping very easy. Earlier, what used to happen, that if I used to type that I want to purchase a shirt, then I need to go through with all the shirts, designer shirts, then the casual shirts, then the formal shirts also. So filters were not there. So they started this particular concept that okay, we should make the shopping easier for the person. That if you want to purchase a shirt, there are filters. You want to purchase, say, a formal shirt, you can click on the filter. Okay, select only formal shirt. What is your budget? Budget is say 500 to 1000 only. So you can select that filter also. So which brand you want? So a specific brand, two three brands I need. So I can shortlist out of more than 50 brands. I can shortlist, or more than that brand, I can shortlist two three brands. So I will be seeing on my screen related to my choice only. The two three brand shirt will be displayed. Then price related to that only will be displayed. Then formal shirts will be displayed. So no other shirts will be there on the screen. So that type of distinctive feature has made the Amazon distinctive company. And because of that distinctive characteristic, that's the reason why Amazon is leading the e-commerce sector. If we take another example, why Google is so successful. Earlier, if you want to say search something, information related to a particular, say, if you want information related to a particular book, either you need to go to a library, go to various bookstores. There only you will search information related to book. Now what has happened? Just you need to enter the name of the book and just click, and on a click of button you will find information on the screen within a fraction of seconds. You will get information related to anything, that what is the color of sun, just type that, fraction of second you will receive that information. Earlier what used to happen, we need to go to a library or we need to purchase certain books, books related to science, books related to all these general things, and then we need to go through, surf through the book to get the answer what is the color of a sun. So these unique characteristics, these distinctive features of the company has made them stand out of the competition. It is not that they are out of the competition, doesn't mean the literally they are standing out of the competition, but upper hand they are enjoying, advantage they are enjoying. They are having a slight upper hand than the other player. So that is what distinctive competency is. Now, what are the various features of distinctive competency that we will be discussing? Most of the features we have already covered in the discussion. The remaining features we will be discussing in the session in this particular slide. So the first one is hard for the competitors to imitate. It is not easier for the competitors to imitate. The strategies which are being prepared, which are being initiated or implemented by these companies, which show, which are having distinctive competency or distinctive competence. Now, if we talk about hard for the competitors to imitate, now many years have passed since the launch of first iPhone, but still it is difficult for the competitor to imitate. Why? Because the company Apple is investing a huge amount in R&D. Before launching a product, they conduct a market survey, a market research, that okay, iPhone 16 is having these features. What extra the people may like or want, and depending upon that, they come up with a new version. Second thing is, till launch, everything is kept very secret. Everything is kept very secret. Nobody knows except the senior officials of the company that what are the new features of the new version of iPhone. They declare a launch date and they start selling. Once the phones are sold in the market, then the competitors come to know that what is the extra feature iPhone new version is having. Then they start working upon that. So it takes time for the competitors to come up with their own product and introduce those features in their new product. So it takes time. It is not very easy to imitate. It is very not very easy to copy. That okay, on the day of launch, they made sure that they get a new iPhone. Immediately they opened that iPhone, they came to know that okay, these are the feature, and next day they started introducing their phone with the same feature. This is not possible. It is hard to imitate. This is possible if during the R&D itself, before the launch, well in advance, 6 months in advance, if the competitors get to know that new iPhone will be having these features, and they are having 6 months in their hand, so they can come up with the same features also. But what happens is, so everything is kept very secret, and only on the day of launch, everyone comes to know that these are the features which the Apple new phone will be having. And that makes it very hard for the competitors to compete, imitate, copy. Next one is the unique skills that give company an advantage. Unique skills are there which gives company an advantage. Unique skills related to, we had discussed in the features of uh, distinctive competence. The unique skills, unique features, unique characteristics, spatial characteristics. So unique skills that give company and advantage. Advantage, we need to understand that unique skills give company an advantage. What are those unique skills? Just now we had discussed why Amazon is so successful, why Apple is so successful, why Google is so successful, why Tata company is so successful, because of their distinctive competency. Tata group of company, why five-star hotel, the most five-star hotel, the most searched five-star hotel in India, the most talked about hotel, five-star hotel in India. You search on Google, you search on any other search engine, the result will be same. It is Taj Hotel, Mumbai. And the reason is what? What is the unique characteristic? What is the unique feature which that five-star hotel is having, which the other Indian five-star hotels are not having? More than 100 years back, the hotel was built, that we are aware. So it is not a very modern hotel having, there are more lavish hotels in India than Taj Hotel. Still, Taj Hotel is considered as one of the best hotel, five-star hotel in India. One of the most searched, one of the most famous. When we are aware that other five-star hotels which are actually there in India are more lavish, are more sprawling, are more vast, are more, are giving more facilities, more benefits, more features for the customers. Still, if we conduct a survey, we will find that Taj Hotel is considered as one of the most favorite destinations for the customer when it comes to staying in a five-star hotel. Reason is its distinctive features. Reason is its distinctive characteristics. What happened during the Taj attack? When Taj attack took place, we all are aware. There were number of case studies. It is not only the top institute from India which conducted a case study on Taj attack. IIMs have conducted, IITs have conducted, top-notch institutes in India. They have conducted a research or a case study on Taj attack. Then Harvard Business School, which is considered as the most coveted number one business school in the world, they have also conducted a research, a case study on the Taj attack. And the topic for that research, that case study, was not related to that terrorist attack. It was related to something else. And that the topic was related to how it happened that most of the guests who were there at that particular, on that particular day in the hotel, they survived, and the employees, most of the, or the casualties, if we take the casualty of employee, was more than the casualty of the guest. That was the topic of research, because all the employees who were working in the Taj Hotel, they were aware of emergency exit, that in case of fire, in case of any such, any other natural calamity or man-made calamity, what are the exits available for them and how they can reach to that particular exit. They were aware of that. Employees were aware, and because in five-star hotel and in the other organizations also, the employees of the organization, the employees of the hotels, they are given training related to emergency exit. So in case of emergency, where they can uh, uh, approach and from where they can easily exit unhurt. So employees were aware of the emergency exit. The guests, because guests, they might be coming for the first time. So when even if we are going to a restaurant or going to a hotel, what we will be doing, we will say order whatever we need, We will have our dinner, we will enjoy our party, and we will leave. We are not going to call the waiter and just to know that before menu we will ask a question to the waiter that in case of fire where is the emergency exit, in case of any terrorist attack where is the emergency exit, show us the emergency exit so that we can easily move out from there. So this type of question no one asks. Everyone wants to go to a five-star hotel to enjoy. They will enjoy and they will leave the hotel, but employees are aware of. Still, how come it was possible that most of the casualty was of the existing employees than the guests? And the findings of the research were shocking. Not only the Indian top institutes like IIM and IIT, they were surprised, but the Western institutes like Harvard and Yale, they were also surprised that because of that distinctive feature and the tagline of Tata Hospitality Services is that Atithi Devo Bhava is their tagline, is their motto. Atithi Devo Bhava. We all are aware of that guests are to be treated as God. So the employees made sure in case of that, when the attack took place and when that fire started, they made sure that their guests are accompanied and they accompanied their guests. The employees accompanied the guests and they made sure that they use the emergency exit. So the results were surprising that how it is possible that a person is ready to sacrifice his own life to save the life of a person who is not his relative, who is not his friend, who is unknown to him, who might be coming for the first time. So a person sacrificing his life to save a unknown person, the results were very surprising or very shocking for the Western institute, that this is not possible. Had it happened in US, the results would have been different. Employees would have exited first, but in India, the things were different, and that too in a five-star hotel. And then when the in detail, when they conducted the interviews of the general manager of Tata Group of Companies and other senior officials, they came to know that this is their uh, uh, unique characteristic of Tata Group of Hotels, which makes them unique, which keeps them apart from their competitors, which gives them a advantage when they are competing with their competitors, that they inculcate such a feeling in their employees that God is guests are the customers, the guests in the five-star hotel, they are our God. So we have to save our God first before we save us. Now, when the employees inculcate that feeling, they actually practice, implemented that feeling, whatever they have learned. And on ground, it is shown. They showed it on ground at that particular emergency situation. So that is the unique skill which gives company an advantage. And that a particular situation, that particular attack made the hotel more famous. People started visiting, more people, more foreigners started visiting the hotel, that we want to stay in that particular hotel, which is which is so distinctive. So that is the second one. Next one is allow for unique process and services. Allow for unique products and services means where the company is always ready to adapt for new changes. We had discussed just now that the upper you move on the ladder, the narrow you become related to adaptive inculcating or developing these adaptive skills, new skills. But the one of the distinctive features of a company that the company which is ready, which is one of their feature, one of their character feature is that we are always open for a change. They trust their employees, they trust their all the stakeholders that whatever suggestion the feedback the employees are giving or the customers are giving or the suppliers are giving or the other stakeholders are giving, all these feedback suggestions are minutely studied and checked if any of the suggestion can be implemented, and if implemented, whatever what profit the company will be having, and these companies are implementing it. And that's the reason why the companies are so successful. We why NASA we all are aware of. For more than 50 years they are in the space research. NASA is considered as one of the say best space research organization in the world. But NASA was unable to get bring Sunita Williams and other astronauts back. That we have seen just now, months back, how NASA was struggling to bring back the astronauts. At that particular time, the SpaceX, they approached SpaceX. SpaceX, comparatively very new organization, very new organization. So SpaceX is less than 10 years. So a company which is there in the business for 60 to 70 years and which is considered as top of the world, that company is approaching a new company that it is not possible for us to bring back our astronauts. Can you help us? And the new company is helping the older company, the most famous company, the most coveted company in the world. And the SpaceX made sure to bring the astronauts back. And the reason is what? That they are ready to change. NASA, they have that mentality that we are the agency which is the best in the world. No one is above us. We know everything. And when you start developing that particular feeling, your growth starts getting adversely affected because there is always a scope for improvement. And SpaceX believes in that. And that's the reason why they are investing so heavily on research and development. In 2030, they are planning that they will be starting tourism space. They will start with the space tourism, which no one had thought. So the company which allows for unique products and services, and that's the reason why they are successful, because they are ready to learn. They are ready to uh, make changes in their existing philosophy, in their existing strategies, in their existing practices. Next one is help to achieve industry leadership. Now, help to achieve industry leadership means that these companies, any company which is having that distinctive competence, they will be heading the industry. Number of examples we have seen. Now, they should have a leader who should have that distinctive features in himself. Again, if we see who are the leaders of these companies, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, late Ratan Tata. Now, these are the leaders we are seeing. They were always ready to learn. They were always ready to come up with some unique characteristic, some unique feature, some extra feature which will make their company stand out of other competitors. And that is what helped to achieve industry leading. They always try to develop leadership. It is not that they will be just controlling the company single handedly. Single handedly means that all the decisions I will be taking because I'm the leader of the company. I am the CEO of the company. I am the owner of the company. What they have started doing is they have started promoting leadership within the organization. That is why they are so successful. That okay, this is your department, you take the leadership of that particular department. You suggest that what is good for your department, and if it is good, you can go ahead and implement that particular feature for your department, you that particular process, that particular practice for your particular department. So what they are doing, they are trying to develop people. And next one is key driver of business success, that we have already discussed, that the distinctive competencies are considered as a key driver for business success. Any business is successful if that business shows that distinctive characteristic, then only that business is successful. Otherwise, there are a number of companies which are into that particular business. So, how your business is showing some distinctive features, some unique characteristics, unique skills, that makes your company stand out of competition, stand ahead of competition, if not out of competition. So that was related to the key features of distinctive competence. Now the next one is benchmarking. So that benchmarking, then what are the various types of benchmarking? What are the benefits of benchmarking? So that we will be discussing in the next lecture. So before we close our session, just an important announcement. It is related to tomorrow. There will be a holiday on account of Ananta Chaturdashi. So there will be no online lecture conducted for tomorrow. That is on Saturday. Sunday there will be a holiday. So regular online lectures will be conducted on Monday. So please take a note of that. We will be sending you an email related to that. So the lecture schedule which we will be forwarding you today is will be of Monday's lecture, not of tomorrow. So tomorrow, on the account of Ananta Chaturdashi, there will be a holiday. And for today, next session, of course, as per schedule, it will be conducted, and evening sessions also for today, it will be conducted as per the schedule. So if you have any query, we are having 2 minutes. So within that 2 minutes, we will not be able to start our new topic called benchmarking. So, so far, if you have not understood anything, please go ahead, or otherwise, we will stop the session. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for attending today's session. See you on Monday. Thank you.